Hi, I'm Flower. Welcome to my channel for the love of art. This is going to be part 2 of the 3D model with me. We're working on the magnifying glass today. So without further ado, let's get artsy. If you haven't seen part 1 of the magnifying glass yet, I'll put a link up top so you can click that and watch the first one. Today I'm going to be adding details to the magnifying glass. I looked at one of the reference pictures and I really liked the swirls that it had around it, so I thought that that would be a good thing to add. It's also keeping in line with the fantasy aesthetic that I'm going for with my magnifying glass. Now with swirls, I actually just recently discovered curves in Blender. I drove myself mad the first time I used curves to create the swirls on this health potion. Having to actually wrap all of those curves on a sphere like I had to do for the health potion was a nightmare. I think it'll be a lot easier for the magnifying glass because I'll be able to plot them out in front view and I won't have to do any kind of wrapping the curves around any surface. Anyways, let's get started. I made a slight adjustment since the last time I modeled the magnifying glass. I didn't like that there was no bubbliness to the face of the glass portion, so I added more geometry by extruding the edges and sizing inward. As you can see, I've imported an image into Blender. What I did was take some tracing paper, I literally laid it over my monitor and traced the magnifying glass and just kind of had fun trying to design some swirls until I got what I liked. So I'm actually going to go with the right side over here. I'm going to be tracing, using that to essentially act as a guide for my curves. First, I'm going to duplicate this sphere. I like the size of it, so I think that's what I want to add. In order to add the curve, I need to be in object mode. I'm going to add Bezier. It is very hard to see, but it's there. And I'm going to need to flip it so that I can be in front view and be able to see it. There we go. That works. All right. So now I'm going to move it and place it near my drawing. All right, now that I have it sort of where I want to start messing with it, I'm going to go into edit mode, and now you can see these little vertices are you can highlight them and they have these little arms that you can move, and that moves the curve around. And there's different options here under this object data properties tab, where you can mess around with all the different, so you can add verts in there. I think automatically it put in 12. I think I'm okay with that for now. And there's a lot of other stuff you can go through that I'll go over later. But for now, I just get to move it around until I like it. Get it where I like it. Now that I have it shaped the way that I like, I'm going to solidify it so that I can see what it's gonna start kind of looking like. I'm a goofy goober and I forgot to hit record, so I already had it. I've already sized it and did these little tapers, which basically you just click on whatever vert you want to adjust. You hit Control S and that will size it, and you can get these nice little tapered edges. and I'm on profile mode, so it's like a square as opposed to round, which, you know, you can, this isn't meant to be a tutorial. It's 3D model with me. You're just hanging out while I'm modeling on it. While I'm modeling, I suck at teaching. So that's why this isn't a tutorial. Specifically, it's not meant to be one. I'm just, just hanging out with me while I'm, modeling. So now I'm going to flip it. So first I have to duplicate it, and then I'm going to rotate it. I'm doing it wrong. Oh, before I rotate it, I've got to change the pivot point to be on the 3D cursor so that when I flip it, it'll flip onto this quadrant right over here. I don't know. Okay, well, it flipped on the other quadrant. I always forget which quadrant is which. I'm always, trying different things before I flip it the right way. It's just kind of how it is. But whoa, that's looking pretty cool. I like it. So it might get messed up when I flip it the other way. I might have to adjust it because this top piece here and this bottom piece aren't symmetrical. So let's see. No, actually, that looks pretty dang good. I have to flip this sphere. Well, I have to duplicate it, then rotate it. I always say flip instead of rotate. I don't know. That looks fucking weird, but kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about that. I didn't really like the way it looked, so I'm gonna try again. What I've done here though is I've copied the curves and I duplicated it and I moved it up here. So if I do end up wanting to go back, I've got it right there to go back to. So now let's do it all again until I find something, another shape that I like. After playing around with the shape a little bit more, I think I like this. So now that I have the shape that I want, I'm going to finalize it and apply the curve. And by doing that, in order to do that, I need to convert it. Right now it's a curve. I'm going to convert it to a mesh. So now when I go into edit mode, it's got geometry. Now I'm going to duplicate it and flip it around, and that is my shape. Actually, before I do that, I need to mark seams so that I don't have to do it twice. I'm gonna go in and mark all of my seams for unwrapping, because that is what is next. Dreaded unwrapping. So I have marked all the seams on the swirls. I also deleted some extra edges that just seemed unnecessary. So I think it's looking pretty good. Now I need to duplicate it. We're going to rotate. And now I have seams marked on both sides. I'm gonna mark seams on this portion now. That was excruciating. Marking the seams on this thing was not easy. I think that sometimes when I get into the the asset and I get into marking the seams, I tend to realize I could have probably 3D modeled the entire thing a little bit better. But, you know, I don't know, sometimes I get in there and I realize, wow, I could have done this better, and it's kind of annoying. But, you know, I guess that's how we learn as artists is, I also, you know, this is my first time ever streaming, and so I am a little nervous and everything. And okay, I'm just going to stop right there now. I'm rambling. This concludes part 2 of 3D Model with me. I hope you liked this video. If you did, let me know by hitting the like button. If you want to see more of my artistic works, hit the subscribe button, and please leave a comment. I want to hear your art stories or see your art, or maybe you have some topics for some videos that I can film. But yeah, until next time, for the love of art, get out there and make some art. Fucking, I don't know. Shit. And what if I were to flippity flop it though? I fucking don't like this. I'm not good at words. That's another reason this is not a tutorial. There we go. Look at that. Look at that shit. What am I doing? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna become a rapper.
You don't have any street cred.
I have street cred. I've beaten Dark Souls games.
Yeah, you didn't beat Dark Souls 3.